Oh, well, look at you.
Hey.
And look at me.
Yeah.
We're real YouTubers because we have sunglasses on. Don't you hate that when YouTubers wear sunglasses? When you look at their eyes, you can really tell what they're thinking and what they're feeling. So I only have these on right now. I'm going to put this over here. The pollen is so bad right now, dude. I mean, it's awful. I'm not kidding you. It took me a couple hours. My eyes are all watery. If I sniffle today, I do apologize. Taking some allergy stuff and it's kicking in. Actually, I might fall asleep on you too.
Okay.
We're really, really busy. You guys have no idea what it takes to turn this camera on to get here to do a Tech Tuesday. So I thank him and I thank you for joining us, but I thank him for taking the time to do a Tech Tuesday because we're underneath the car. That's going to be a big project.
Yeah.
You just finished a big project and you've got, you've got another big project coming. We've got Paul from Kansas that dropped off a couple of accessories, just a couple, but I'll give you an idea. It was actually cheaper for him to drop them off than it was to send them. We'll take you up to the office and just see just a couple accessories.
I'm scared now. What the? What, a couple hundred?
Oh, go on in, there's more.
Oh my God.
They're all nicely wrapped and labeled. Oh, there's more over there.
Is this a whole car I have to build or what?
This is, seriously, this is missed for one car. Plus a couple of things that are actually ordered on the car. So what do you think of all those accessories up there?
Well, you was right. It's just a few hundred.
It's nuts.
But
and again, as I said, I'm still 2 weeks out from getting my car in. I have a laundry list of things to do. There'll be more coming throughout the season, and I try to use those as an opportunity to do content, but to get stuff done to my car. And I told you guys, I get no preferential treatment. Chuck's like, hey man, I don't know, you gotta check with Scott, look at the schedule, and I'm way down here, but eventually we'll get this stuff on for you.
that's tentative down here.
Yeah, I know. But we'll continue to show you the progression of the accessories I'm doing to Rapid Blue 2.0. Thanks again for all the feedback. I don't know if you saw Sunday's show.
Yeah, I did.
In the Z06. Even your eyes lit up the first time you heard one in the shop, and it sounds great in the shop. But that was not all for the camera. That was sincere. I really have a deep love and passion for that car. I want to thank Chris in Arizona. You guys didn't see that part. He actually said, hey Rick, take the car, do whatever you want with it. I actually was on the back route going to the gas station. I already filled the car up, and I said, hey, you know what? I want to take some pictures of the car. It's about 1/8 of a mile behind the dealership at a church. He said, hey man, do whatever you want to do. We're going to see Chris probably later this year and film some stuff in that fat truck, but it was nice to share that with you guys. The car, some great looking pictures finally in the sun of that beautiful white pearl, and I know you love that white pearl.
I love the white pearl.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful. It is so classy, and Chris he's going to enjoy that car, that's for sure. But
absolutely.
Sharing it with you guys and sharing some honest to goodness, heartfelt feelings on that car, I think that's what you guys need to hear. That's what you need to see. That's what this channel is all about. And yeah, there's not a car in a long time, if ever, that has got my attention like that. It's pretty neat. And just real quick too, if I may, just we do a little opening monologue here. A couple of videos back, we were talking about, kind of got to correct myself a little bit here. We're talking about how the 2023 Corvette model year has been extended. And I was thinking and talking to you guys like a Corvette owner. Oh, they just extended it so they can make more 70th anniversaries. No, now let's talk business. This is where I think, really from the heart, why they extended 2023. A couple of things. I think, and here's what it also ties into. Stingray allocation, almost nothing for the entire country, 129 cars, as we told you in that video. If you missed that, link is down below, talking about this month's allocations and constraints and all that brain damage that continues on since the beginning of C8. So we're like, okay, well, they're probably extending it until September 1st because of 70th anniversary. Maybe in the back, but GM's not looking at that as an enthusiast. Oh, we got to get 70th anniversaries because that's what 2023 Corvette is. There's a lot of changes coming for 24, and with their parts contracts and maybe some parts that are already made, most of those parts won't be applicable on the 24. You've got auto start stop, you've got front collision alert, you've got a lot of new features. We'll talk more about the changes in 24 once we get an official listing and some things that we know, and things that probably haven't been revealed yet. So I think that's one of the reasons. The other reason is they are immediately stepping up Z06 production. Going to be doing 60 or so a day very soon. And I think that's why you didn't see a lot of Stingrays allocated, because they're trying to, number one, catch up and actually just give us some Z06s to sell. So I'm thinking in the back of my mind, you're telling me there's a chance I'm still probably 4 or 5 years away from even having a shot at a Z06, but trust me, that is that's in my focus. That's in my laser sights there, if you will, my crosshairs. All right. So just want to share some of the stuff with you guys. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We're going to start. We got just a few questions for you guys. Some good feedback on Tech Tuesday, and then we're going to finish up. Once again, we got some great looking cars. They're going to be your beautiful rides before we end tonight's upload. All right, welcome to Tech Tuesday tonight. Chuck's got a couple. I'll let you start, sir.
All right, this one comes from Robert. It says, I have a 2006 Corvette in which I had my local Chevy dealer change the fuel sending units. They were telling me that the part number 19431777 is unavailable and on back order. Is there an alternative solution for this part, or who can I contact to get GM to produce the part? I had my parts department check that this part is on, and this is not the fuel level sending unit. These are the pipes that hook to the fuel level sending unit. They go to the crossover tube in between tanks. And yes, my parts department said the same thing. I even did an internet search. Everything I found on the internet all said on back order. So, yeah, there's nothing you can do other than wait.
Yeah, you looked at, sometimes you'll fall back on Rock Auto and that kind of stuff. And
sometimes.
Nothing at all. So
nope.
You got to wait it out. We were talking too, there was a couple of guys waiting on a specific side of a Grand Sport exhaust part that's been over a year to get.
Left side.
National back order. And they just finally started coming available. So
once we had it's been years ago, but we had a standard transmission. GM had quit making it, or they lost their supplier. We waited 6 months for them to pick up another provider to rebuild that transmission.
Yeah, so wait that out, wait for the right part, and good luck, and get out there and drive that car as soon as you can. Here, this comes from, look at this. This comes from Wayne in Australia.
Oh, cool.
All right, so this will help you and other people that are watching right now in the States. Rick, I've got a C8 Corvette, and the HUD is dim every time I get in the car like it's in night mode. I can turn it up manually, but when I get back in the car, it's still dim. Any ideas? Absolutely. Here's what you need to do. The next time you brighten it up, program it into your memory. Hit set and then hold your memory 1 button down until it beeps twice. Hit set again and hold your memory 2 until it beeps twice. The next time you get in the car, it'll be bright as you just set it. And of course, also too, make sure you don't have any papers and stuff like that up in your dash. Not that anybody really drives with this kind of crap up on their dash, but if you do, your blocking that sensor will actually block out the entire dash and the head-up display. But try that trick. I think it's going to work well for you.
All right, good information. This one comes from John. It says, here in Naples 4 a couple weeks ago, at a Chevy dealer, I was delivered a Z06. The motor lasted 180 miles before a catastrophic failure. The engine had to be replaced. The interesting issue is Chevy had to pull a new motor from the production at Bowling Green. Something's going on with the supply of the new engines or lack thereof, which seems to be the source of the delay of the Z06. What is the deal? Are the Z06 engines being phased out in favor of the new E-Ray? Look, guys, we've covered this extensively.
Right.
It's just a supply chain issue. It's not just the motors, it's all the parts. That's why they can't build them.
Right. Well, they're not phasing them out. You're going to see the E-Ray will be prioritized, but as we just said at the beginning of today's show, in our monologue, if you will, they are now prioritizing Z06 to get some actual cars built instead of 8 to 12 a day, doing maybe somewhere around 60 is the goal, and that is immediate. So you're going to see a change and an uptick in availability, so we'll see how that affects going into the last couple of months of ordering for 2023. We haven't yet seen any communication from GM in regards to cycle 2 for April on Z06 allocations. As you guys know, if you've been following the channel, the last 2 months, the entire country got 0 Z06 allocations. So I think what they're doing with the engines and getting ready to build the car, I think you're going to see a little bit, not to the degree that we need, but you're going to see a little bit more availability of Z06s, at least a little bit of focus that I think the car is desperately needed. I mean, we've certainly had all kinds of focus on great YouTube videos and promotions and teasers from GM. How about getting us the damn car? The other thing is too, the car's 2023. It's the first year model. You're in launch stage. So pulling a motor off the line is not typical. But in launch stage, and as delicate as this car is and how much focus there is on getting this car in the hands of you guys and making sure that it's right, I can actually see that happening. So whatever's going on behind the scenes, nothing is as we said and we show constantly every day, it's an ever-changing marketplace. Nothing is as it was. They will do whatever they want to do to keep things moving forward. If they got to pull one off the line, they'll pull one off the line. So that's actually a good thing.
Well, and the supply chain issue hasn't stopped. I mean, pre-Easter, I couldn't find eggs. So I'm just saying. And I didn't want to color them. I just wanted to eat them. And couldn't find any.
I thought you were going to mention a car part.
No, it's the car part. Just eggs I wanted to eat.
Thank you, you little chocolate bunny. Oh, my goodness. Here's a two-part from Bruno in New Jersey. Hey, guys, first let me start off and say you guys are sons of bitches. You got me really bad on the April 1st prank. Perfect. That's great. It's going to be hard to pull anything over your guys' eyes. You start to read into everything we're saying and overanalyze it, all right? Basically, don't get paralysis from analysis. Sit back, watch, listen, and have fun. That's all we want you to do. Yeah. Bruno says, hey, I got a 22 Z51 hardtop convertible. The issue is, out of the blue, the hardtop convertible and the rear window stopped working today. I tried opening both via the door switch as well as the key fob and got nothing. Got an appointment tomorrow with the dealership. They're going to check for bulletins and such and such. Okay, so we're going to forward to tomorrow because he actually has a resolution for us. Just thought I'd share this with you. Here's part two. Hello, Rick. It was a communication failure associated with the motor. To open the rear hatch, GM TAC, the people that you talk to when you've got issues on these cars, told them to disconnect and reconnect the battery, and they'd have 2 minutes to open the rear hatch before the failure codes could get issued again, if at all. But they never came back. Then GM TAC told them to replace that motor that controls the rear hatch and rear window. I should have that part tomorrow. And FYI, I thought I'd share this with you and the star of your show.
Well,
Chuck.
that'd be me, yeah.
That would be you. He appreciates that, so do I, and I'm sure the audience does. Thanks for the update, Bruno. Thanks for watching the channel.
I have had one of these, and unfortunately, this wasn't an option when I had one. They actually sent a GM representative out to try to help me get it open, because what happened was, I believe the left side popped loose, the engine cover, the right side didn't, and it locked it up, and it wouldn't go up, it wouldn't go down, it was just stuck.
I remember that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And
that was a nightmare.
Yeah, the gentleman got it in here, and we had to pull the rear. Yeah, the passenger side wouldn't release.
Is that the one you had to go behind the seat and everything?
Yep, had to pull the seat and pull the rear and reach back in with my arm and take a bolt out, finally get the top loose where I could manually put it up. And we messed with it, GM engineer. Couldn't really find anything wrong with it, yes. Yeah. But by us manually lifting the engine cover up, it had got out of time or out of sync, and when we lifted it up and put it back down without latching it, boom, all of a sudden it worked again. And I've never seen the car since. It was just a communication error, and by me manually operating the engine cover, it started working again.
Wow.
So,
all right, got one more for you tonight. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yes, this one is for, it says Rick, for you on my 2020.
Comes from the 801 area code.
801 area code.
Via text.
Rick, my question for you is my 2020 C8 Corvette with a Z51 brake squeak. Is there a remedy and the two brakes on the standard Z06 the same as the Z51 Corvette? Are the ceramic brakes any better for squeaks? Okay, on the non-ceramic brakes, this is a bulletin that covers clear back into 07, where you take the brake pads out and you put copper grease on both ends of the pad. What they're saying is happening is the pad's sitting in the caliper and it starts chattering. It's got a little bit of play in there because obviously they can't be tight, they have to collapse and expand. So you put a little bit of copper grease at the end of the pads, takes up that slack, cures that chattering.
Okay. Fantastic. And he's asking, ceramic brakes are not even available on the Z51s. That is a Z06 option only.
Correct.
Although ceramic brakes are going to be standard on the 24 E-Ray.
Oh, of course.
Stuff coming in. Absolutely. That's all we got for you tonight. Again, he's got a lot of work to do. I got some stuff to do behind the scenes, but we do appreciate you taking the time to watch and listen. Everybody is in this hurry up and wait mode. More hurry up than anything. Everybody likes these shorter videos. On our channel, it's different. You guys really get involved. You engage, you sit, you watch, you listen. We like having conversations about your car and about the passion we have for Corvette, the things that we encounter as an owner, as a guy that works on them each and every day. So we do appreciate you watching. If you got a question for Tech Tuesday, or if you want to send in a beautiful ride picture, make sure you put your first name and what state you're from, or put the question. Anytime we can, because we don't do it every Tuesday. I know you'd like us to. We're trying desperately tonight as we accomplished, but when we do a Tech Tuesday, we'll get to as many questions as we possibly can. So send those in. Thanks again, everybody. Tell your friends. Make sure you subscribe, you thumbs up this video, and make a comment down below. Check out some of those other links below and some of the accessory companies that I like using on my car. We're going to show you more of that eventually. But right now, we like to finish up with some great looking cars. These are what, Chuck?
Your beautiful rides.
Yes, sir.
Too young, and I didn't understand that you are the one, and I can't wait to see you Hindsight is fleeting, oh, and your heart's bleeding, and all you can see is red, till you discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then, or what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead, 'cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see you again. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait, 'cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one.